And I know everybody loves that jazzy beat when it comes in. Welcome to the West podcast. With no Papa here, couldn't get Gurkha on, so you are stuck with the coach all by his lonesome. Hoping for a pretty short, sharp podcast here. Got a few results. Welcome to 2025, everyone. I hope you've all had a happy and safe new year to date. We're going to jump in. We're going to kick off. Everyone loves the results section. So we're just going to go back as far as the 11th of January there, where we had the par that was played, and we had A grade winner was Heath Woods. Now, I'm still hearing about this round. He went out, I think he shot 79 off the stick. So he went out and had a ripper day as for the A grade. Followed, and he was 5+5 for par that day. We had Norm Cunningham come in on +4 and Billy Closter. No Troy in the mix. Obviously, there was only one good Closter brother out that day. He came in at +3. So +3, +4, +5. Fantastic golf for the A graders. B grade, we had Gary Dillon in +6. He actually took out the comp for the day too at +6. Followed immediately by Les Chapman on +5. And then Pete Bryde. I'm going to get this completely wrong, but Brydy on +4. Good effort for the B graders and C graders. Robbie Clapp 32 handicap. I can't believe that. That cannot be right. Surely he's playing off 18. He's gone +5 for the day, followed by Rog. He's come out +4. And then Kira Woods, little Kira, friend of the channel, friend of the clinics. She's come in at +3. So all results separated by one for that par event. Really good going out there. And then we had the 9-hole Stableford. This was played on the back nine on the Sunday. And my buddy, Anthony Madalena, otherwise known as Zorro, the big Z, because that's normally how he's bouncing around the fairway, left to right, down he goes. Come in 23 points. I know that Drummond Golf just showered him. It might have been a Christmas do, but he just got brand new golf clubs. He's out there smoking it. 23 points. That's fantastic going. Then we had Lachlan Ramage come in 21, and then Pete Layla on 20, with Trevor Kick also on 20. So some good scores coming in for the Sunday comp, and good numbers too. 28. I think it was a second Sunday comp for the year. Let's jump in. We had next the ladies comp. Oh my God, did I see this up on the Facebook? And I saw one of my very own, Vivian Gibbs, come in 23 points. Now that handicap has come in, I have been told. She went 57, so big wipe on the 7th, but she's gone 3 points, 3 points, 2 points, pair of threes again, then 4 points on the 6th, wiped the 7th with all the excitement, and then 2 and then 3 on 8 and 9 respectively. So good on you taking out the ladies comp, followed by Wendy on 22, right at her heels, and then Tony Power. Now, Tony, I reckon we're going to start seeing her name more and more up there, but more on that later. She came in 18. Followed by the Wednesday. Wednesday, we are getting massive, massive numbers on the Wednesday. This one, 2 Wednesdays into the year, we still get 36 players out there, averaging 2 a hole. And we still get 2 grades at 36. We had Pete, we said his name before, Bridie. He's come in 39 points on countback, beats Dave Thompson on 39, and beats Les Chapman also on countback on 39, 1, 2, and 3. Awesome golfing for these guys here. All of them playing off 17 handicap. So good effort, guys. And B grade, we had Pete Layla, John Simmons, and Keithy Berman. 45 points for Pete. He's up there again. That handicap is definitely going to be coming in. John, 42, and Keithy, the young fella, he's come in on 37 points. So good effort there. Now, I feel like I'm racing through these results. There has been a lot going on. And without anyone to talk to, I think this is just the way it runs. I don't know how Papa did this, or, whether he was talking to himself in the background. So now you're hearing me talk to myself about other people talk to themselves. Welcome to the West. Let's jump in 18th. As I record this, yesterday, I heard all about this. We'll start with the A graders. We had Jack Cowan come in 40 points. Had fantastic day out. 3 over the card, double bogey on 8, otherwise all pars over the front 9. 2 birdies on the back, 3 bogeys on the back. Pretty good going there. Good on you, Jack. You're up there right after his brother took out the Ballarat District Champion. A little shout out there for Harry. He was followed on the day by Jack Old, who I had the pleasure of playing with on the Wednesday. And every time I go out, I can't believe how big he hits the ball for a boy who only has half a backswing. So he's come in 39 points. He is gone 34 on the front 9, 2 under the card, 37. He's come in 1 under the card. Watch out, Tommy Crawford. Might have a smoky for the club champion. Early call, January call, but keep an eye on Jack Old this year. He is in fine form and does it effortlessly. So good on you there. And welcome back, Garbo. 3rd place. He's gone out 34 and come back 40. So super respectable there. It's awesome to see top 3 A graders there playing off 7, 2 and 3. So really good going. Then I'm still hearing the hangover from 46 points was going around today. Moose, he comes in hitting off 16. He elected to play off the blues in a wide event. Maybe some course tactics there. Knows where the tees are and takes his extra shots wisely. Goes out in 38. 2 birdies, 4 bogeys. Comes back in 40 and absolutely crushes. Hitting off 16 for the day. Immediately followed by Lockie Ray, who I actually just had the pleasure of going out and having a bit of a hit and hope with out there on 39 points. And then Grego on 38. So really good golfing there for the B graders. C grader, Brian Benici. I thought he was a B grader. He must be getting ready for club championship. Watch him hovering around the top of that C grader category. 41. Paddy Mullins, 35. Big gap there. Six shots. That's a bit of a jump. And then Christian Toner comes in 33. Another big gap. We're talking 8 shots from 1st to 3rd there. And 4th place was Tony Bennett, C-grade champion for last year. So good to see your name still up in the mix. And because of how many people we had, something tells me it was in the 80s. 81. There we go. I correct myself straight away. 81. Robbie Clapp up there again. Now, that handicap came in ever so slightly, but he still shoots 39 points in D grade. Watch him move to C grade in the coming days or weeks. Then we had Nev Spargo, 39 as well. So just done on count back from Robbie. And then Alan Humphrey on 37. That's a tighter score through the grade. We'd expect to see the blowout. And then running side by side, we had the ladies having their Stableford event. Now, first place taken out by Kira's mum, Claire. Did fantastic, 37 points. Showed the daughter who's boss, really. Not only is she got to give Kira a shot, and she beat her by that shot. So we're talking to shoot 2-shot swing at least off the stick and takes Kira by 1 shot on 36, with Nons VP just behind on 35. Bit of a jump back to Wendy on 32. So awesome effort there. Now, they split into grades as far as everything goes here, but Wendy was the only one in A grade. Majority of the field went to B, and Nola was the only one in C. So I'm pretty sure they just group them all as just the ladies comp. I may stand corrected. Now, as we stand and speak, this competition has just been closed. Let's go, just because we'll call it out early. Proud dad moment. But I'm going to start back in 6th place with Jack Cowan playing off 3, guys. Playing off 3. He's come in 1 under the card. He's come in 21 points, 35 off the stick, and I heard 8 and 9 had a chance to drill it and come in 4 under the card. So a little unlucky there, but still very respectable, coming in and strutting his stuff. Birdied the 1st, birdied the 5th, bogeyed the 3rd though. Still for 2 points. No 1-pointers in there. He's doing some fantastic stuff, Jack. Next up in 5th, we had Ryan Pipes Baker. My eldest boy, he went out today and shot 21 points. He had his first ever eagle on the 5th hole. So congratulations goes to you, little buddy. Super proud. On the 5th hole, he got a 2 for 5. That's like a Ron Chopper S score. That, oh yeah, just put me down 2 for 5. Fantastic effort and really good to see. Then we had Kane Oliver, friend of the channel and friend of Zach Baker Golf, the clinics out there, and he's come in 22 points. He obviously went out and absolutely had a day, striping it. I think he was leading the kids around too, so might have put them on his shoulders as he was doing his bit. And we had Tony Mullins, 46 off the stick for 22 points. Now that's 40. So we say 22 points and 46. That was with a 9 on the first. So big wipe there. Otherwise, 4s and 3s almost completely across the board. So good effort. Second place also on 20 seconds. So we go second, third, and fourth, all on 22 points. This was Peter Cameron Smith. Love the name. And he comes in and, yeah, like I say, 22 points. Good going out there. Only the one double for the day. But top of the table for the Sunday with 41 players was little Levi Lunchbox Baker. The little Lunchbox. He's gone out. He has had a day and a half. 24 points. Wiped the first. I don't even know what he scored. He actually went out with Josh Grieve, and he's just been put down for a wipe on the first. I don't know what he did there. But then he's come through with nothing but 2s and 3s until he gets to the 9th hole that he birdied. Proper birdie for 5 points. So him and his brother, couple of 5 points. Good to see the two Baker boys up there doing some fantastic stuff. Now, we're going to jump into a couple of things that we've noticed getting around the club. I'm going to start with, I know we don't have heaps of them, but for those of you that don't understand what a bunker is, it's got sand in it. I know some of ours can tend to get washed out. A little bit of sand leaks over the edge. They get firm packed with water. Now, when you're raking the bunkers, what you can do to assist this, there's a flat side, and we'll call it a toothy side of the rake. That smooth side is actually for dragging the sand from the top lips or all around the edges of the bunker back into the middle, so that when the ball goes in, it actually rolls back into the fluffy sand down the bottom. And that toothy side we use to fluff up that bottom sand. So smooth the edge, fluffy down the middle. It'll give you and all your other players out there a chance to hit these bunker shots more like what you might see on TV, because the ball's not going to end up stuck in fluffy stuff halfway up or near the top of the wall. It'll actually have the chance to run down. And we know that people aren't raking them correctly. They're just pushing the sand from the bottom up to the sides, because when you go to hit those splash shots out, you're going straight down to dirt. And as much as people want to complain about it, it's actually the golfers out there that have the chance to fix this. They can keep dumping sand in there, but if you keep raking it the wrong way, we're not going to have those bunkers that are easier to play out of. So smooth side around the edge, toothy side down the middle. It'll look almost the opposite of a mouth if you think about it. We want that middle bit really fluffy so we can hit those bunker shots. Another mention here, we can see how much awesome work these volunteers are doing around the course. It goes without saying, it gets mentioned almost week in, week out, even though I've had a few weeks off the podcast. But all this work they're doing on the greens is all going to be for nothing if people don't know how to repair their pitch marks. I know a lot of people go up, they might try to find theirs, and if they can't find it, they just walk off. Have a real good look around. Find one. If you find another, fix that too. It doesn't matter that it's not yours, or if you see one that hasn't been fixed or fixed properly, you can actually stand up and do something about it. Now, when you repair a pitch mark, those little pitchforks you see them in the pro shop. I see Vicky and Linnea got them there. You don't dig the pitchfork in from the backside where the ball's hit and scoop it up to try and fill it in. That's where you get these bare patches in the pitch marks. What you actually want to do is stab the fork in on a bit of an angle where the back of the ball's pitch mark is, the way it's gone in, because what the ball's done is it's pushed that dirt and grass into the backside. So if we go from the backside, pull the fork forward instead of lifting it up from the bottom, we want to push that grass back to where it has come from. Drag it in, do it a bit on the sides as well. Drag from the sides in instead of lifting from the bottom up. Then just give it a nice gentle tap with the putter. It really will stretch out that grass that's there and fix it, and it'll recover a lot sooner than these bare patches that we're finding more and more on the green from people that are just kind of scooping, or I don't know why, I've seen a couple of them people are just dumping sand in the pitch mark. It's leaving these bare patches, and it only takes a few seconds to fix the pitch mark properly. And if you do someone else's as well, it's just awesome golf etiquette, and maybe some good golf karma comes your way, and you end up breaking 80 like Heath does for the first time. You just never know what can happen. Just need a cheeky drink break here. Sorry, guys, I've just been talking non-stop for however long. So another thing, 2 days into the school holiday clinics, we've got almost a dozen brand new juniors down the club. It is awesome to see more and more smiling kids playing golf, and the parents that are taking their kids down. Some of them are helping with carpooling and this and that. We're doing fantastic things, not just for the club, but for the sport. It is so good to see all these kids out there. Now, been asked multiple times what's going on with Term 1. I believe Golf Australia should have them released tomorrow. Clinics are actually going to be moved to Saturday mornings for juniors, ladies, and men's. I understand there is the Saturday comp on. So for Term 1, it's going to be the short game specials, where we are going to do a lot of work in the short game area, and we'll end up using the SkyTrack a little bit in the nets, as well as doing, I'll just say, net sessions where we're going to work on those longer clubs. We'll have a bit more time in there as opposed to having to go scoop up golf balls. So looking forward to Term 1. The biggest reason that they are moved from Sunday to Saturday only for Term 1 is because we've got junior pennant. It starts, I believe it's the 1st or 2nd of Feb. Might be 2nd of Feb. So I've just heard today, Dean and I were talking about the team and what's happening. We've got 11 names down, I believe, for junior pennant this year. So we talk about the juniors and what's going on in the MyGolf space and how we've got more up and coming. To have 11 making up our junior team, for a little while it was really a big struggle for the club to field a team. Kids trying to come in and out, and if you have one absent, that could mean it's a forfeited week. So 11 kids to be able to rotate in and out is absolutely amazing. So I wish all the kids the best of luck, and I hope anyone who sees the kids down and out around the club will have hopefully some nice pretty pennant shirts on them soon as well. Just support them, get behind them, and we'll have pennant results trying to come out as soon as possible as well. They normally go up on Facebook. We'll talk about them here on the podcast. Now, one other thing that I noticed has come up, and it's really topical, wayward golf balls. Everyone says it keeps going up on Facebook. The reason it keeps going up on Facebook is people aren't reporting when golf balls are going out. Now, it's on our website. There's QR codes around the club itself. It's actually really easy to do. If you just walk up to it with your phone on its camera, you go up, the QR code, it'll link you to the page, put in your name, what type of ball it was, what hole it was, roughly what time. All of a sudden, if anything comes out of it, we know what's happened. Now, we all have our membership, our affiliation fees, all the rest of it. We're covered for insurance, but we actually really need these reports to come in. We keep having reports of could be damage to someone's roof or window or a car or something. And if people are just run off or haven't reported it, it really puts the stress back on the club, because it's something that then has to come out of the club's pocket. We are a volunteer-run club, so the more money we can actually put back into the club, as opposed to not being able to put a claim through on insurance to repair these things, it just deprives the members and our guests too of potential course upgrades or just keeping the course in good condition. So let's really work on making sure we keep on top of those wayward golf balls. Report them when it happens, and it will make everything so much easier. And when I say so much easier, it's good for everyone in the shop who has to deal with it. Now, we don't publish where the wayward balls go. It's not a big, there's no big sheet that goes up in the clubhouse that goes, oh, look who hit this one out of bounds. It is just a sheet where we can record. So if anything was to come of it, we have an idea of when and what time it's all happened. So, guys, please report those wayward golf balls. Now, just to finish, I don't know if anyone else was out there in the storm the other day. There was this, I think it was just a casual golfer out there. So I know we love to hear a little bit of a joke. Now, all of a sudden, I reckon I was sitting at the clubhouse and I could see him teeing off on 17 as thunder and lightning was going absolutely crazy. It just started out of nowhere. It was a beautiful day, but as we know in Melbourne, the weather can turn pretty quickly. So the rain starts pelting in, and I can actually see it looks like lightning is striking so close because as you see that big flash of light, all of a sudden that thunder crack was ridiculously loud. So this guy, I just watched him. He teed off on 17, and then a big lightning struck, and he starts waving a golf club around in the air and starts running, physically running with his clubs and dragging his clubs up the hill, up 17, still waving it in the air, and he's hitting his shots one-handed while he's waving this club in the air. I was like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? He's a lunatic. Like, we've sounded the siren to call people in, and this guy's still out there in this lightning storm going up 17. He disappears behind the trees, and I can see him up on the tee box on 18 just from out the back in the pergola area. And he has a club in his hand, and he kind of one-arm punches driver down the hill, rolls to the front edge of the green. I was like, well, he's done all right there. Continues to run down the hill, waving this bloody golf club in the air. And I'm like, why hasn't he got an umbrella to start with? But seriously, stop playing golf. There is lightning strikes within a kilometre or two of you. You're crazy. He goes up, he chips on and he two putts in, and he runs over to the pergola, still waving this golf club. I was like, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing, mate? Are you serious? We sounded the siren. You should have come in. He's like, I was trying my hardest. I had to break 100. I go, why are you waving this golf club around? And he goes, well, lightning wasn't going to strike me because God himself couldn't hit this one iron. So there we go. Nice little joke to close out the one iron joke. No one can hit it. I know, knee slapper, Papa, you won't delete that because you love it. But if you've lasted this long, this is probably the fastest recording the podcast has ever had. I've got 22 minutes here. So if you've got this far, thank you for listening. If you want to sign up for clinics, they are about to all be published. Juniors, ladies, men's, the scholarship, girls, everything's going to be up there. I look forward to another great year of coaching and seeing everyone's smiling faces. Happy golfing, everyone. That's it from the coach at the West.